be playing Selesyna Agrro.
My name is Peter Deal. I'm going to be playing Devotion to Green.
And we're going to get started. You cut my deck?
No, that's fine.
Alright. Let's see what we'll play first. Oh, sloppy.
Alright, you're first.
No.
You going to play?
Yeah, I'll play first. Usually mulligan first is really what it means. Oh, play right-handed. I don't like
This
it.
hand's a bit slow, but I'll keep it.
My hand's actually amazing, so I'll keep.
Go for it.
If I lose off this, then I'm a bad player. Go. It's everything that Selesyna wants to do.
Temple. I guess I'll want you when I need you.
Alright.
Go ahead.
Looks like I'm gonna get in. I'll go smash for 2. Perfect, and then I'll go voice. Your turn. So if I need to top deck a land like a bro, because actually after this, the hand isn't actually the best as I thought it would be, but it's still a good hand and I don't regret not keeping it, or don't regret keeping it.
I basically need to stall Will out here until I can get my big dudes down. So normally Scavenging Ooze is something you want to play later to
Oh my god, it's one of the worst things you can actually play in your second turn versus anything. It just shows that you have nothing else better you can do.
You called that one.
I used to play it in this deck. I'll just swing with both.
Block this moment.
Yeah, we just trade.
I want to see those elemental tokens coming out.
Not right now. I'm gonna play a voice token, and then go gate and pass turn.
Tap. Draw in. So I've got nothing better to do right now, so I'm going to play
A land. There you go.
Dumb Urad and force him to deal with that until I can get my 4 drop down.
I can get bigger dice for you guys.
Pick that guy up. See what's on top. Not what I want to see. Go ahead.
Still ticked up. Can still saves you for. So like you said, I really have to deal with it now. So my land, and then I'll just kill Domri Raid. There you go. Your turn.
Tap. Alright, I probably have an answer for this, but it slows him down.
This better not be Buddy.
Blue
Oh, it's Buddy.
Go ahead.
Alright, end of turn. Advent token.
Yep.
So. Draw. One of the best top decks I can get for this deck. I wish. I'm just gonna swing with the team.
Alright, so the last thing I want to do is give him big creatures, so I don't want to jump those voices.
But that means you'll just
If
trade.
I jump the worm,
You take 4 and you don't
You
have your worm.
right, and you may be able to pump it up too with a Selesyna Charm or something. On the other hand, I can't just sit here and let him beat me to death. I can
Then
do some
9.
creatures.
Yeah, so you're gonna do the trade.
Jump the worm.
So you take 4,
Go to 12.
and I will probably just pass turn.
Alright. Will has another.
Something
the
that
worm that looks like this.
Yeah.
Alright, I've been lucky so far that I've been joining
With Boon
mana
Satyrs,
every turn.
Advents, Selesyna Charms, that can play a really good end of turn game plan.
Yeah, the deck is really good against control decks because it doesn't.
They can wrap me and I just end of turn another creature and they have to deal with it.
It gets around sorceries very nicely. So, I've been lucky in drawing a land every turn so far, so I can just go into my 5-drop, Arbor Colossus. I know Will doesn't have a Selesyna Charm because he would have used it on the Cliffhouse.
To deal 9 instead of 5.
Go ahead.
I'm going to end a turn. Boon Satyr.
Okay. Drew another forest. That means you could have another Boon Satyr.
I'll swing with the team.
The question is, do I block his Boon Satyr? Well, actually, if he drops a Boon Satyr on the Voice of Resurgence, then the same thing happens, so this is the one. I want to block.
Yeah, so I will accept your trade. past turn. And you took
And
4,
took
so you're at
4.
6. So, yeah. Not too bad. This is one of my most feared decks, honestly. People say I have an amazing matchup versus it. I do actually have an amazing matchup versus it if I draw the correct cards.
Alright.
The Banisher Priests are really good in the Selesyna Charms, but if I don't draw them, it's a big challenge. Like, I got lucky, like he said, he had a really slow hand. He didn't have any Elvish Mystics or Sylvan Caryatids, which really, everything he did would have came out 1 turn sooner, and I would have been behind the curve.
Drop the shiny Arbor Colossus. Yeah. Go ahead.
So
now,
I need to, any of my instants would work pretty well.
So
here.
I need Will to not have a trick.
Yeah.
He's already used 2 Boon Sayers.
And an Advent.
Yeah.
So now it's what I've got. So if I swing, I win. If it was that easy. But because I'm sandbagging, it's now pretty clear to Peter that I don't have the win. I will first main phase 2 experiments, and that should win me the game essentially.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for me to deal with 4.
Yeah, 4 creatures that can all evolve next turn. And the reason why I played the second main phase was in case, because, I guess you wouldn't have blocked that because you would have died. So yeah, you had to block it like that.
Alright, so...
But now if he kills a voice, these evolve.
Getting card advantage by removing his creatures, but it's probably too late. The
Yeah.
one thing that could save me... No, that wouldn't even do it.
Oh, yeah, overloaded Museum Orders.
Would create 2 elemental tokens.
But yeah, but then you just don't attack. Oh, then you're at 2 still. Yes, so you need...
I need to drop 2 creatures, which is a possibility, since I know...
That's what you drew.
I know yeah. I knew that I had that on top there because I left it there when I scryed. So whether or not I can survive depends on whether Will has another creature in his hand.
Which is... I don't, because my hands are empty.
So I can survive at least 1 turn by laying these guys. Unless he draws a creature.
If I just draw a creature, I win.
Yeah.
And the deck is known for having creatures. It's a land that kills me.
Go ahead.
For the camera. There we go. Evolve.
Alright, yeah, that's the game.
Those trigger.
Now this game I started with Garrett Collar Beasts in my hand.
And never could light it?
Could never lay it.
Yeah,
it's actually a slow card against an aggro deck,
yeah.
so... Will thinks I'm talking
On the
trash.
game too.
We'll
That's all gonna. Don't worry about it. So you going first?
Yes, I am going first.
It's a good decision.
Alright.
I have got the good old 1 lander.
Yes.
Though it's a good hand, and if I am awesome and could top deck things, I'd actually consider keeping it, but I'm not psychic. Onto my 2 lands I would have drawn.
And this deck's an obvious mulligan, so let's send it back.
But, hell, I don't know what the odds are of top decking 2 lands. There you go.
This is a terrible 6-card hand.
Is that another mulligan?
5 land, a Domini Rod.
Again, I have the 2 Banisher Priests, 2 Boon Satyrs, and an Advent. And then if I top deck, I get a land, and then, yeah, it wouldn't have worked. So 5 cards.
This hand is even worse than the last one, but don't want to go down to 4, so I'm just going to...
This is much better. It actually can... I have spells. My turn. Temple. Go.
This is going to be a quick game if I don't draw any forests. Go ahead.
Play... Voice Resurgence. Go.
So Will comes in with the voice. I draw another Garrick.
Oh my god.
So things are looking bad for our hero. Go ahead, Will.
You're saying I'm the enemy? I guess so, because I won. I'll play that. Smash for 2.
2, I'm at 18.
Your turn.
I'm drawing Elvish Mystic.
You do it. This is
Doesn't
only.
help when I don't have any forests.
Yeah, 10 turn clock.
Go ahead.
And the funny thing is, the deck only runs 4 mountains.
Yeah. earlier versions of this deck had more
Take 2.
forests and fewer mountains in it, but because of the additions of the Stormbreath Dragons, I need more mountains now. It makes the deck a little inconsistent when I'm drawing elves.
It's also when you're just drawing 5 cards your turn. But the difference between a 5-lander and a 4-lander,
Go ahead.
or a 5-carder and a not 5-carder. I got attacked. Smasher 2.
14.
So I'm sandbagging a bit just because I think it's a lot safer. Your turn. Knowing that he's off of land, and instead of casting these for no value, and these are my only removal spells, I might as well just keep them in my hand and just I'm under no pressure.
Museum Martyrs.
4. So I can 2 for 1 myself, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just get the voice token.
Go ahead.
And then I'm gonna do 1 Selesyna charm at the end of the turn. So now I have twice as much power as I did before. And it costed him 1 card and me 1 card, so it's not the worst trade. I land. And then swing for 4.
10.
Your turn.
So I could discard something, let one of those groups go away.
And then in turn I'm gonna do another Selesyna charm.
Yep.
Because now I've got 2 Banisher Priests,
Yeah.
and
So still no forests, so that's game.
what was that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm not liking how this deck plays 23 lanes.
No, you're getting that. Well, that's how I was gonna cut. I'm not gonna cheat you. You know, that's not fair. Good luck to you, Peter.
You too. I guess we're back on camera now, eh?
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess I'll go first.
Yep.
Land. First time getting this guy
there
out.
you go. My
Elvish
turn.
Mystic. Your turn.
Your turn. Time to experiment. When are they gonna print Experiment 2? We need another experiment.
God only knows.
My turn.
Not yet.
Stop playing with your cards.
Stomping Ground. Burning Tree. You can go.
What does that say in Japanese? You don't have anything to do with your 2 extra mana?
It says Fumi nara sareruchi.
No, I mean, what's the translation to Stomping Ground? Does it just say Stomping Ground?
What do you mean? It means
Like, what's the literal translation?
trampling and crying land. I don't know. I can pronounce it and read
Pass
the
turn.
characters, but I can't tell you why that would mean stomping ground. Well, the first character means to stomp. The second one means to cry. Or to
Just go. So. That's right. You have a better start than me.
come in with the burning tree.
I get burnt by a tree.
Oof, take 2.
Emissary.
Get down Lucranos.
That's a bummer. My turn.
Your turn.
Lols. What do I do here? I think I'll go into Banisher Priest, exiling Plucanus. No. Just like that, my friend. Double evolve triggers.
Yep.
And then I'll swing in for 4.
Okay, I'm at 16.
4. You were at 18 from the Stomping Ground last turn?
14.
Your turn. Trust me. If this gets 100 views, someone's gonna notice.
Alright, I'm not in a good situation now because I'm not drawing a lot. So, I have Museum Mortars, and would really like to overload this, but I'm going to be dead before I get that opportunity, so what I need to do is take out the Banisher Priest, let my Lucranos come back, and probably just sit back because I'm defensive now. Go ahead.
I was hoping you didn't have it. Like, sometimes you can, in Magical Christmas Land, you can hope your opponent doesn't have the removal spell you need at the time. Because that would have just speed up my gameplay, but now we'll get a real game going, I guess, where I have to grind out my opponent. I'm gonna turn... no. Before combat, I'm gonna exile him. And then I'm gonna swing. With both.
Take out one of the experiment ones.
Okay, so that's really good for me, because that cuts
Take
off his devotion, so if he draws a Nykthos, it's just colorless mana instead of an extra mana. Because you'd be able to activate it for 3 and have 5 instead of 4 you'll have next turn. I'll play that. Your turn.
Attack.
So that kind of hurt him more than it hurt me.
Thank God I drew a forest. I can get another blocker down. Drop out the Arbor Colossus.
Okay,
Go ahead.
that's a problem.
Will needs another Selesyna Charm to deal with that.
Yeah, I do.
Or another Banisher Priest.
Yeah, I need that too. Please swing. Evolve. Pass turn.
So I just drew another Arbor Colossus. The question
Oh no.
is, should I attack with my current Arbor Colossus to get some damage in, or should I keep them both back on the D? So really I want to delay until I can start getting this functional. So probably just putting them on the defense is the best thing.
I'm pretty defensive.
Colossus.
I'm pretty on the back foot now.
Go ahead.
Once, if he gets a Garruk, it's going to be or a Nykthos plus Garruk or Nykthos plus Clan Defiance. It's pretty much over. I'm going to swing with Mr. Fleeceman.
Alright. So Will's threatening to drop a
Boon Satyr.
Boon Satyr and Fleece Me in line.
And that'd
But-
just be a 1-for-1.
Even if he has the Boon Satyr, I can't really afford to let him beat me to death with the Fleece Main line, so I've got to block it.
Okay. Then I Montress. To make him live. I didn't have the Boon Satyr.
Okay.
That was my backup plan. Maybe I'd just be able to get like 3 damage through anyway. Your turn.
Try and...
Because I'm still at a healthy 18 even though he does have 2 6/6s in play.
this is excellent card.
This is not a good card for me then. That looks like a Garruk.
Stormbreath Dragon,
Oh!
which I should have laid after attacking, but there we go.
Well, it has haste, doesn't it? Yeah, so you can attack now if you want.
But I don't want to attack it. It has to block the Fleece Main line.
Okay. For
But,
eternity.
Yeah, well, at least this turn it can block the Fleece Main line. The question is, do I want to come in 1 or 2 of these? So I'm at 12 life, and Will has a couple of cards in his hand. So I could probably get away with attacking them both of these guys. On the other hand, there's no need to take any chances because my board position is only going to get better as time goes by. So let's just come in with one of them.
What can I top deck? That'd be sick. Ooh, I know. So I don't want to do that. I think I'm not even going to chump. I think I'm just going to go down to 20, but I can take 10. If he has a Cleanse of Defiance, I'm dead no matter what. If he draws a Nykthos, I'm dead even more. He doesn't even have to attack. I'm on a 2-turn clock, the way I'm thinking it, so I'll go down to 12. Because I'm hoping to draw a... what's that thing called that I'm trying to draw? That stupid life-linking enchantment, the Armadillo Cloak. I didn't get it. I'm pretty screwed now. So I'm going to just go Voice, which is some blockers. And then got these 3. So I'm just going to ship back the turn. So I'm on 3-turn clock just by the Stormbreath Dragon. So I have to figure out, I have to get him, I've got to kill him before then.
So that's that final land I was looking for. So the question is, do I attack with Stormbreath Dragon and take some damage from the swing back? And Will's a few creatures, but he probably, unless he draws in a Johnny and gives something
Hey, Johnny's not
flying,
in this list.
double strike. Okay,
So you don't even have to worry about that. That'd be sick. It's the only thing I don't like about this list is that there's no Johnnies in it.
Alright, knowing there's no Johnny in the deck, I'm probably safe to attack with this guy and leave the Colossuses to block. Also, the Mystic Elf can be a chump blocker as well.
Mhm.
Worst comes to worst. So, come in with that.
Go down to 8s.
Play the Temple and hope for something good. That's an excellent card that we want to leave on top.
Boo, Domray.
Go ahead.
End of turn. I'll Advent.
Yeah.
Evolve the Experiment. Just attack with a voice.
So Will's board position's improved a bit with that worm coming down, and the Experiment one's bigger too. So he knows he only has 2 turns to live. So he's hoping for a big swing for a lot of damage next turn. You might also have a Boon Satyr ready to drop on that, which would take out one of the Colossuses.
Or cut your life in half.
Yeah, that would be a bad thing too. So definitely gonna have to drop to block that. Knowing what's on top, do we want to block the Elf? So we know there's a Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx on top. It's gonna give us a lot of mana next turn. A little bit less if we jump block with the Elf. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'd have 9 mana left.
Yeah.
Without the Elf. Drop Garruk, draw on 5 cards, and probably get some blockers down. On the other hand, right, so Will has 1 big trampler. The rest of his things don't trample, meaning that
I have to get through the hard way.
yeah, so and his elemental token wouldn't trample either, it could just be chump blocked. So it's probably alright to give him an elemental token. Hopefully he does not have Boon Satyr. He's probably just trying to create a bigger board, so let's go ahead and block that.
Okay. I get my token. And then second main. Just another one.
Alright, so
So I pass turn.
alright. Try and drop down that Nykthos.
So I can go to 1 this turn. Or I'm going to 1 this turn. Still 1 turn clock.
Another option is to make the
The
Dragon
monstrous.
but Will doesn't need his land all that much. And that would unfortunately only bring him down to 1. So I'm better off just to use this thing to drop Garruk.
Yeah.
So we've got 7 there, so we've got 1 mana left over. We'll use his ultimate,
His +1. Essentially an ultimate worth ability, not a +1 ability.
yeah, ironically using his ultimate now would be a mistake, even if we had the lovely for it. Look at the top 5 cards.
Yeah.
So, reveal some chumpers, that's basically what we were looking for. Just the cards on the bottom. So,
You have 1 floating.
1 mana floating. Drop down Burning Tree Emissary.
Gain a life.
Sylvan Curated and Elvish Mystic. Alright, Will has no cards in hand.
You have to tap a mana for that, I think.
Yes.
So you have 1 floating, that one's free, and then you have to tap 1 more land for that.
Alright. So, Will has no cards in his hand. He's got 1 creature with trample from the looks of things, and 6 creatures. We have 6 creatures on this side. So, and 2 creatures big enough to deal with his trample creature. So, it should be safe to come in with the dragon and bring him down to
5.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Just that?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Will's in a bad way. Will need something awesome. Will is just going to swing him with everything. And hope for the best.
Okay, so thing we can kill him next turn with Stormbreath Dragon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5, 6. As long as we don't lose every last creature.
No, not every last one. You need to keep 3 devotion.
3 devotion or a mana creature.
Or a top deck of land.
Yeah. Okay.
You have a lot of outs.
So, one thing Will could have is an Azorius charm,
Selesyna Charm.
or Selesyna charm, which would give his creature +2/+2 and trample. So, but even with that, it's not a huge concern because we're at 12 life, and you'd have to have a really big creature to deal with that. So I think we're safe just assigning these blockers. Make sure that we got this trample guy blocked down. We can. That elemental token is 6, so we can block it with the Colossus. Jump block the land. Block the voice with this guy.
So Mystic is going where? There. Okay. So I have him unblocked, him unblocked, and him unblocked. If you want to block everything.
Yeah, no, he's blocking him.
Okay.
He's blocking him. And he will block him.
Okay.
So, actually, let's just let that one last guy through, just to make sure that we have the 7 mana we need for
Wait, things might change. So this is a trade, this is a trade, that's a win, that's a win, that's not a trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't win at all because I needed him to make that mistake because this would no, it wouldn't, because you'd still have this for the devotion. Oh, you'd still have that too. Oh, you need.
That wouldn't be enough. I'd need this, right?
So, no, it's fine. You didn't block there. So I have a boon satyr, and I don't think any of the targets that I throw it on are worth it. That's a horrible way to tap for a boon satyr. We're going him, I think, is the best decision.
Alright,
so he was
9, 3 damage to me from here and 2 from there. I take 5 damage total. And I lose 2 mystics, 2 colossi.
So I could do 6,
and
and that's it. And this trades. But I get another one, essentially. And then it's your turn to get me on the backswing.
Alright, so unless I've made a horrible mistake, I have the game here. We will monster by the Stormwrath Dragon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Coming for 7.
Looks like I'm dead.
Good
I left game. Good game.
Yeah.
This is a good keep. It's everything that I like. I mean, I'd like some of this stuff, maybe that to be a spell, and then I top deck that, but I'm fine keeping this.
It's a little bit slow, but it's got some good late game plays against Will. And we'll see how this guy turns out. Go for it.
Go. Ooh, that means that was a sign that he's got a Xenagos in his hand, which I think is pretty good versus me. Being able to
Stomping ground. Go ahead.
perpetually make a blocker. I actually don't play against many Xenagoses. Because Mystics only run like 2. So I just don't play against them. Like, if they're coming out, they're just too late. And then swing for 2. Your turn. It's just surprisingly easily dealt with Planeswalker, and maybe that's why. I know it's really good versus the mono black matchup, and I think they should run 2 in sideboard, 2 in main. What do I know? Not much is what they say. I'm going to play this stat, and then swing with the team.
So Will might have a Selesyna charm, and if he does, it's a...
I totally use it. I swear to God, I'll use it if you block.
If he does, it's a disaster, so we'll just take our 6. 12.
Your turn. Yeah, it's one of my most favorite trades to make. You rarely get to make it, though. Most people are smart enough not to do it.
So now we have 4 mana. The question is which of these guys to throw down. I think we want to stall by throwing down Xenagos, so let's do that. Throw Xenagos out.
Who's with 3?
3 counters, and we will use his second ability to put a satyr in play.
Okay, what should I do? Swing. think ooh, there's so many possibilities. So my hand's pretty stacked. So I will go this. I have to do all three. I can do this. That feels like a waste. Or I could just do this, which feels like I'm going to need it later. I know I'll need it later. So I'm going to do the all at Mr. Xenagos.
So it's impossible for me to save Xenagos. She's going to be doing at least 4 damage.
At least 4.
Trying to chump with an experiment 1 will fail if he has a Boon Satyr to cast.
Boon Satyr, Selesyna Charm, and Advent.
Selesyna Charm can do the same thing. So we'll just let Xenagos take it and keep our Satyr token.
I think that's the best decision you can make. Your turn.
He's mostly there to slow Will down anyway. Try. So now we can lay the stomping ground down and get our Arbor Colossus out right away, which is one possibility. Or we could use this temple and play down Plupernos or the Nidaeus Disciple. So Nidaeus Disciple is good later when you have a lot of devotion down. But
right now it's still 3 life, which is still pretty good.
Yeah, as Will says, is good now. And if Will's playing smart, he's going to be removing the creatures, so I can't count on that happening. So we may as well play that down to stall. So we'll lay this temple to try to get something good here. That's definitely a good spell. Just can we keep a creature around long enough to use it? Well, even if we don't, it can be good on its own. So let's put that there. Drop down the Nidaeus Disciple, get a blocker out and gain some life, go up to 15.
It's pretty good.
And you turn well.
In return, I'm going to do an Advent token.
Well, keeps the pressure on by
putting in a 5/5 right on time. And I mean, I really would love to try and Mystic in this deck. I just don't have the balls to do it. We're gonna swing our heart out.
In retrospect, getting Plupernos down as a better blocker might have been the play.
I didn't know you had Plupernos.
One thing we can do, we can try to kill the worm by double blocking. Which, of course, he can
do one of my hundreds of tricks.
If Will claims he has hundreds of tricks.
Not 100.
The only trick he has I can save him is a Selesyna Charm, which is really good to get out of his hand anyway. So that may be the play. Let's do that.
So take 1, 2, 3, 4.
Taking 6.
6.
Go to 9.
Do I want to save it? Like you mentioned, it's really good. Also, yeah, I can accept that trade. It's a 1-for-1. Doesn't hurt too bad. Your turn.
Alright, so let's start by laying a temple to see what we got coming up. Think about what we really need against Will right now. Really
I know it's called the Temple of Abandon. It doesn't look very abandoned at all. There's at least 100 people in that picture. We've got to work on their art, design, or
well, it doesn't seem to know that abandoned means getting rid of things.
Oh, okay. It looks like they're having a festival, the Temple of Festival.
Right, so abandoned means abandoning your restraints and inhibitions and just going nuts. Drinking and partying.
Oh, shit. Are you serious?
100%.
Cool. So why are things called abandoned houses then? Or is that a different word?
It's a different sense of the word abandoned.
Oh, so it's the same word, same spelling, different. It's that second definition when I go in the dictionary. Things you learn by Peter Deal. The more you know.
So, our top card is our top card is Xenagos the Reveler. He's a good card, but it doesn't really do anything besides that useful for us right now. Besides spit out 2/2 tokens, so I think we're gonna ship him down and hope for Mizzy Mortars to come up later. We need a big beefy blocker here. So Will has been intimating that he has a Selesyna charm, but we should assume that...
He likes to lie, which is true.
Yeah, well, we should pretend that he hasn't been talking in front of a camera and giving away his hand. So we'll get down a big blocker here. Arbor Colossus.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We're gonna do with that, I think. By not playing Selesyna Charms. See, I had that in last turn. I did not play it.
Yeah, banish it pretty
Yeah,
sneaky.
it's pretty good. No. Let people know what I take from you. I'm gonna swing for 8.
Alright, down to 1.
That's insane. Your turn. So, if Will was smart,
It's a moment of truth.
which we just found out he wasn't, I could have just did this. I think it's gonna matter.
Probably not. So we can...
Or last turn if I played that last turn like I should have.
So sadly, Stomping Ground comes into play tapped.
Yes, it does.
Otherwise, we would have...
Do you have overloaded Mizzy Mortars? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
If I had the thing, then I could use it that
Yeah,
way.
he would need that right now.
So what we really want is...
Oh no, even then I regenerate.
Yeah, there's not much we can do to get away from being at 1 life here. We can...
Go to game 4?
Yeah. We can play Domini Rad and tick him up and hope that I forgot about some amazing creature that can save us. He's amazing. He won't save us. Oh, good. Game 4.
Yeah, I had to switch arm.
So do you think playing Clukernos was the play back then?
I can't remember if I had the Selesyna Charm at that time. So either way, it just would have been removed.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah, alright. So this hand, it has this card, which we really need against Will, and it has Mana Guys. It doesn't really have anything to do with mana, but we're going to have to hope to draw that. Because
I'm going to be a bad player and keep this hand. Let's see if they can the camera pick this up? I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's not good. My
Go
turn.
ahead.
Pass turn. So this might just be a free win. There's an article by Craig West Coast who went over the idea of if the Selesyna deck gets 2 of the same colored lands, if you keep it or not. He said just keeping it, just based on math alone. He's a smart guy, plays a lot of Magic, happens to the World Championship. So
Go ahead.
I think I listened to him, even though it's not working now. But pass turn. But things happen. It's a game, and it's if I drew into it, this hand is stacked. Because apparently, if you mulligan, you have a 50% chance of getting a better hand than what you opened up with. I take 1, so I'd rather listen to him saying that I have a 60% chance of drawing into what I need. Sick. My turn.
Go ahead. So we got all the mana we can
Your
ever
turn.
want here. Will hasn't done anything yet, so chances are we're going to win unless we get a really lousy draw here of a whole bunch of land in a row. Attack.
I'm gonna Boonsader and block 1.
Alright, one of our elves is murdered by a Boonsader.
Surprised. Just came out of nowhere. 18.
So Will probably knows that there's no Boonsaters in this deck.
I do know that.
Yeah, so, but normally I would be playing Boonsaters, and it would be a useful card.
Oh, that's backbreaking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My turn.
To 25. He should have been laid before combat. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna be shocked at that, and then I will probably attack because attacking is the best.
Yeah, we've got lots of life. We can take that.
Yep, your turn. I was hoping for the trade, to be honest.
So continue to draw mana.
Good. That's what I need. Oh my god, this is my same complaint that I've ever had with any ramp style deck. Though this is my favorite ramp style deck I've ever seen. After the worm token.
Yep.
Block. Take 1. You can just sometimes draw into all your mana producers, and you don't get any of your fatties. But in this case, you have the planeswalkers that all make creatures of some sort or get you creatures. So I feel like this is the best type of ranking strategy you can possibly have, because you have your threats you can draw to, your planeswalkers can get you your threats and install at the board, and you can just eventually get there, which a lot of decks just can't. Holy moly. I don't know what to do but swing, because turning sideways requires a little fall.
13,
No. You're really at 13? Yeah, that's 9.
12.
Yeah. Ouch. Pass turn.
Alright, this guy's gonna help. It might be too little too late, but I'll get down to Garrick
Still amazing.
and pick him up.
Because now you just draw, like, you have to whiff on this, but even if you whiff, you're going to get next turn to do it again. What do you get? I'm excited.
Scavenging Ooze.
That's it? Wow. And 2 creatures in yard. So it's a pseudo 4/4 at the moment.
So, what do we do with our Ooze?
Is he tapped?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, if you play it now, next turn you can gain 2 life, make him a 4/4. Or you don't play him.
I think what we need to keep our Garrick alive one more turn. So we get to leave the Sylvan Carrot to block the worm if he comes in with that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna come in like a wrecking ball, honestly. Like another worm. Double block, that's only 4 damage getting the Garuk. If I attack like that, then Garuk goes down. Which is really good. Which is what I'm gonna do. All that Garuk,
Okay, we can't stop all that, so we have to
just let's ship him down.
goodbye.
Got you out of 5 dead draws almost, so like no matter what, he always gets you value, and he stopped you from taking 14, which is, I don't know. Seems draw 5 cards, prevent 14 damage, 6 mana. Not the worst. Pass turn.
That's another whiff. So, but we can survive at least one more turn by jump blocking. So let's do that. Jump down the Ooze, then a land, and say go.
And the reason why I kept this hand.
Drops the 3rd Ooze, or 3rd worm.
3rd worm.
Which is a big problem even post sideboard for this deck because they're out of range of Mizzy Mortars, which
And then I go. Yeah, I guess that is a huge problem for you. Scavenging Ooze.
so the Scavenging Ooze is banished. So instead of working out how to survive another turn, I'm just gonna concede.
Yeah.
And the next card wasn't anything useful either.
What kind of hand did you get there, Peter?
Hand with a lot of land.
I got a hand with. I think I got another good hand. I've been drawing exceptionally good, I think.
So is this hand even worth keeping? If I draw non-land cards,
Wait, is it a 5-lander? Or
it's a 4-lander.
Oh, that doesn't sound too bad.
And all the cards are playable and useful. But I won't get there if I continue to draw land. But you know, mulling down to 6, there's no guarantee that I'll get anything better. So let's just keep this.
Let's screw life back.
Elf.
That's a good start. Go experiment 1. Or land experiment 1, go.
I've only got one. Those experiment ones can get big. We need to slow them down.
There's no way you're going dominate into fighting.
No, that's not what's happening.
Okay, good.
Thank you for letting me talk. Mizzy Mortars in this guy. Attack.
Woo. My turn?
Yes.
I'll always let you talk. Oops. Unnecessary damage. Oh. Alright. End of turn, Selesyna Charm. My
We'll
turn?
probably made the right play in not casting this creature there.
Yeah. Pass turn.
Go ahead.
Flash and Vein Satyr. Or as the gangsters call in the neighborhood, Boom Satyr. Banish. Smash for 4.
16.
Your turn. It's not too bad. I can deal with that. Swing for 4. Your turn, Peter? So, I got lucky. I drew 3 of my 8 removal spells. Museum Water hurts. And Overloaded Museum Water hurts real bad. And changes this game 100%. 6/6. See, top deck Selesyna Charm? No. Close though. Swing. Pass turn. Okay, that's pretty strong. I'm gonna go Advent. I'll draw. What do I do? No cards in hand?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna think about this real quick. Okay, then I think all I have to do is play. Okay. I'm not gonna attack. I think I'm just gonna. Ooh! Shit. Your turn. Oh. Let's see what he gets. Loaded.
Go ahead.
I think I have it this turn. 6 to his 3. So we're gonna swing with everything and find out. So you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the flash points hit on anything. GG. That was extremely odd and definitely not the way I thought this match was going to go.